And fires down in Los Angeles, that's something, boy. Holy. I've seen small cities or large towns that have burnt here in Canada, but that looks like some pretty serious stuff. And what's going on there? You got to try to help out your neighbors. It's simple as that. Hey, Dave. Yappy Friday. I mean, happy Friday, Dave. Oh, we're still Canadians today, so hey. Yeah, some plans for the weekend. Going to the museum, and I'm going to an art show, museum, and a plant show, and a couple of farms. Oh, and I'm checking out a wood-fired oven too. So, something to do. Always have fun, right? Yep. Sure, mild temperatures here. It's like 8 Celsius right now and cloudy. It's pretty warm. It's January 9th, I think. 10th. Yeah, it's the 10th today. Wow. Spring almost pretty soon. Once you get through January, you can still get hit with a little bit in February here on Vancouver Island. But generally, we have a bit of snow and frost before now, but it didn't show up. No. Hey, thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Might have to plow. Whoa, dude. That's a 4-letter word, Dave Knight. Other moderators may get upset at the snow word, plow. Snow word for sure. A. Start saying A a lot more. A. That's not the letter A. That's the 2 letters EH. A. Yeah, very distinctive that you're Canadian, eh? Crazy world. But yeah, them folks there got some wind down there. It hadn't been raining for a while, and it just blew right through that city, just like that Hawaiian deal. Hey, Lewis, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Yappy Friday. Good to see you, Lewis. But yeah, I looked at some video online there. It was a crying shame to see folks' houses burnt and they had to flee. And then you'd see the palm trees that had caught on fire on the palm, and the wind was so heavy it went all the way around the palm in just a few seconds. And it's so dry, right? Most wood don't burn wet, But wow, wow! And then you hear about people like on 100 scooters shooting up to people's houses and tell them they got to run away now, and then they run away, and then they rob the place all on scooters, like a bloody gang from the west or something. Wild West. And so the horses, they're all on bloody scooters. Some people fell for it, I guess. There's some really crazy video online, man. Holy schmolians. Like, no water there for a couple years, so, or maybe less. I'm not sure. But that dries out everything, man. Houses, that dries out everything. The ground, the duff on it, on the ground, the crown on the trees, a lot of dead. And then all it needed was a bit of wind. And that's what happens with a bit of wind. I've seen wind grab fire before. It ain't pretty. And, but I still say that your cave and an underground is safe from the fire up top. I'm pretty darn sure that all you got to worry about is what's coming down that in front of you. And then when you're underground, I mean, that's pretty safe. Hey, like it's nice and cool underground. Like in India, they lose thousands. In one year, there was tens of thousands of people that they couldn't breathe. The air was too hot. You got to go underground, man. Like it's 148, uh, 148 degrees. You got to cool that air down to breathe, man. But them poor buggers in Los Angeles, you know, they got zapped. All that real estate's worthless right now. It's all contaminated. At least that's what they tell us here. Like when Lytton and I think it was Jasper that burnt last year or year before. I'm not sure. It's hard to keep track of it. And then it was Fort McMurray a few years ago. You see them all fleeing through the fire, and it's like, well, yeah, that's what happens when rain don't show up and soak the ground. You know, so for $50 online, you can buy a fire mask. You should have one. Times are different now. Might take a little bit to dig that cave and crawl in there. You might want to have your fire mask for $50. I mean, why not? But if it's too hot above ground, underground has always been safe. I mean, even militarily, you're pretty safe underground. Anyway, yeah. Hey, Shawnee Gross. I just was looking at people's homes and piles of rubble from the wildfires. Yeah. Now, if they were in a cave, they would have been fine. I was terrible seeing it all. And it's not just a few houses. We're talking about at least 10% of Los Angeles. That's not chump change. And that's big money too. All that was huge money. That's all worthless. To rebuild that'll take 10 years. That's a big hit. That's a huge hit. And it's not over. So get your fire mask and an AIDS or an ads. An ads is a hole like this that you're able to dig with, and a Hilti jackhammer. That's the new prep. That's the new prep for earthlings. Shawnee says it's almost the anniversary of when my childhood home burned down. This will be 3 years. Oh, that's a shame. That's a darn shame. My childhood home still stands. My daddy built it, and my relatives live in it. So I'm lucky that way. Hey, CR. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It will take years to rebuild. The pros has too much red tape. Yeah, yeah. In Lytton on the mainland, where there was an eclectic village there called Lytton, and it was beautiful, man. It was really gorgeous. It's gone. It's tired. There's nothing. Thousands and thousands of people had to flee, and they've never been allowed back, because of the toxicity of the ground. Personally, I wouldn't have left. Anybody trying to make me leave where I live? Well, you best be moving along. You'll have a better day if you move along. I just made a book with all the photos in it. Oh, cool, Shawnee. Very cool. Don't forget Hope, the town, and it. Oh, yeah. Well, the Hope slide. Anything can happen, but wind and fire is not a pleasant thing. I mean, it's all the firemen in the world can't save you. It just doesn't work. The wind is too overpowering with, when you got 1,000 degrees of temperature, and then you got a bit of wind from the right way, and it's sad, man. And people, good morning, Howie. Hey, Grant McIntosh. Cheers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning to CR. CR's in here. But yeah, a fire mask is $50 online. Hey, that's for all the smoke and stuff. And then underground is like free. There's no mortgage or Brent. You just have an adze, shovel, a jackhammer, and have at her. And it doesn't take long to build a cave, a couple times the size of a car or a large truck's good enough. A little underground room helps, especially when there's fire up above. But most fire just burns and then goes by, okay? So make sure it's gone by before you come out. But I mean, a bear, a fox, a rabbit, they all lived underground, especially in fire, man. Underground's where it's at. You know, cave, right? Lots of protection, especially if it gets too hot. Like it's been too hot and there was no rain and a bit of wind and a couple of fires, whether it's malevolent fires or not, it doesn't really matter. It's fire, and sometimes you don't have even fire insurance don't exist. Hello, Good Eats. Oh, hey, Good Eats Homestead. Well. Good morning and happy Friday, and chat. Yeah. Cool. Maybe you could show your book there, of photos of your house there, Shawnee. That'd be great on your next live. I'd love to see that. Hello, Good Eats and Grant and CR. Yep. Cheers. Made a stir fry for breakfast this morning. I just had to have it. I ended up visiting the Japanese sushi store, and there's a lot of goodies there. Better bring your gold card too when you go. Holy schmolians. I blew $80 in there and I had a little bag, and I'm like, what the hell did I buy? Well, I did buy some miso and some ponzu and different soya sauces. A really light one that goes on at the end of like making noodles or something. And I bought konjac noodles, which are dirt cheap, $2 a package. And konjac noodles have very low carb, if any, and no sugar and super high fiber. It's the diabetic noodle. Been having fun. I've been having fun making food and getting used to the kitchen. I've decided I want a bigger kitchen, so it's not big enough. And I want an island where I can prep at. Yeah, because I'm constantly chopping things. There's a word in Ghana called the chop, which means the food. Chop is food. Yeah. Half Tuber 81, all the way from India. Welcome. Good morning. Yep. Like number 8 from Tuber side. From my side. Yeah. Good to see you. It's always a short video that's live at Half Tubers. That's very interesting, whether it's how to use a knife on a pineapple to climbing a tree and getting a coconut. It's always a veritable eclectic, all week long. It's all different. It's really cool. I really enjoy going there. Very loyal people to other human beings go there. It's interesting. Like number 8. What is the topic today? Yappy Friday. That means talking on Friday. Instead of Happy Friday, it's Yappy Friday. So you can come in and talk about anything you want. Yappy Friday. Yeah. Anything's a topic, unless it's certain topics like that's not acceptable, like, and you could pretty much, you've got couth and scruple, so you can figure it out. That's about it. No shame, no blame. Yapping Friday. That's right, Shawnee. Yappy Friday. So I have the golden kiwi there, Half Tuber. You were asking about it. This is $2.25 for one kiwi. But this is the golden kiwi. So I have the seeds in here. So I'm just leaving it, hoping the longer I leave it in there. Oh, yeah, it's twice the size of my kiwi, twice the weight, too. And I paid for this puppy, but I bought a bunch of them and ate them. But this one I'm leaving. So I'm going to leave the seed in here like its own stratification. Just leave it and leave it until it starts getting mushy and fall apart. Then I'm going to take out the seed and I'm gonna put it in some rich black humus, and I'm gonna sterilize the humus, and then I'm gonna put the seed into that, and I'm gonna grow yellow golden kiwi. I have two green kiwis, and then I have a hardy kiwi, which has never done anything. And I think it might have even died. It just didn't like to live here. You know, oops, that is huge. Yep. And Shawnee Gross says, I've been working on the information I want to talk about on my next live stream, which isn't scheduled yet. I have to finish it. When exactly are your live streams? Because sometimes you have a pop-up live. But like if it like me, I generally go live in the morning. By the end of the day, I'm in trouble. I need rest. But I do manage. If I have a nap between 1 and 5, I can stay up to like 7, 8, or 9. But if I actually had to stay up 24 hours, I'd nap every 4 hours for 1 hour. There's ways around it. We get 4 kiwis for RS-199 Indian currency. Wow, 4, hey? Well, generally they're $1 each here. One time I used to get 10 for $1 years ago when they started growing. You just go there to the stand, it's 10 for $1. Okay. And then you had to pick your own too. There was a guy that led you up there and you picked your own, and you picked 100. Well, you own $10. You picked 100 pretty fast, but they had rows and rows. I got my pen and paper and ruler out yesterday to start mapping out my garden planting year. Smart. Oops, says thumbs up to Howie, and good morning, Shawnee. We get yes. It's a lot of randomness. I have the time slot of 9 p.m. Central. That works for my life. The day is what's random. Very good. Very well communicated. Thank you kindly. What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, planting some cool weather crops. Once I'm expecting a little bit of snow next month, so I don't really want to. So what I do is, if I do plant like a row of spinach, I put plastic over it and then a shield for the snow, and then I'll take that off. So I got the first jump on some nice spinach, and I'll do that with lettuce, and I'll even do that with even tomatoes to shield them, putting them out early. As I put a big plastic lid over it, like a milk jug. You're just creating a microclimate. But it's growing season soon. I'm going to air layer. My biggest projects this year is I'm going to air layer everything I can, and in multiple times, and that's that. The entire this year is dedicated to planting into the community, and a couple spots here too. Yeah, well, it's the fastest way to get a $50 or $100 tree or vine. It's the fastest. So okay, why not? And I'm growing a fig inside right now. I'm growing the Desert King. I'm growing inside, and it's this big, and it grew pretty fast. I'm like, holy! So I can't put that outside until about May 1st on, somewhere around there. Light bulb, yeah. Planting in the community is a good idea. It's the best. It's the best because I've already planted everything here, and everything's taken care of. It's a half acre, so I know exactly what to do here. I used to make um, diagrams of where I was going to put everything, and I still do a little bit. But I used to have big, huge cardboard cutouts of where everything I'm putting and where something didn't grow so good. And so it's very important to do that, especially when you're first starting out. And then after, like, I've been growing for 50 plus years. I've been growing my own food. Yeah. And foraging. I love foraging. It's the best because you can really accumulate a lot of good nutrients on a half-second flat. And it's not far to go from here to the wilds where it is cleaner than here. Oh, I'm looking old. Have to cleanse my liver. Planting in the community is a good idea. Yeah, well, that's where all the land is available. I saw that in the Diva there. She was looking over, I don't some building or something, and she could see all the lawn there. And she's like, "Yeah, future gardens." And I was just like, "That's right." And the thing is, it's the leg and paperwork that go through just to plant some cabbages there. It's very time consuming, but chances are that land is common ground, belong to the municipality, say. But in wherever you are, there's always land. Like where you are, you have a tremendous amount of land. I'd be putting up a lot of polytunnels with wood stoves in them. 50 plus. Well, that's a milestone, Howie. Yeah, half a century I've been growing food. And I was fairly successful. Most of the time I've had abundance. Shawnee Gross, Howie, what do you think of this idea in my watermelon plant patch? I got to move the magnifier. Hang on. I'll plant the melon seeds in mounds. I want to plant clover on the ground cover so the vines can spread out, but weeds won't get crazy. Well, that sounds about right to me. You should grow watermelon on a mound. Like you make a mound of debris like this, like it's beveled like that. So up here you make a spot that's beveled inward like a little valley, and that's where you put your squash or watermelon. It's great to grow watermelon because watermelon is it's a pretty serious food. Um, from the watermelon, you get citrulline. So when you consume watermelon and watermelon rind, you're getting a lot of citrulline. And in the human being, citrulline converts to arginine. Your body's able to do that. And then your body converts arginine to nitric oxide, which your heart really, really loves. So your idea of growing watermelon, I suggest everybody do it and learn how to make watermelon pickles too, because the citrulline is not destroyed. These guys are funny. They're present. Their present is there's a dot. Should I bury some nutrients in the ground before planting? Absolutely. Absolutely. So what happens with a vine is that it grows here, then it's going to grow out. So it'll shoot down the tap roots. It goes down, straight down. It's really strange, and other stuff don't do that. Um, but you can put an egg, bust an egg, and put it underneath there. You can put a piece of cheese underneath there, like a bad piece moldy cheese, or a can of sardines, or like those a fish that nobody eats but you got to catch and can't throw back. A lot of fishermen in the US, they have problems with invasive species. Those are really good, and put them down a few inches, like 7, 8 inches down too, but like that. You don't want it right on the root because there's going to be a lot of action going on there. And anything that's got a lot of vitamin B in it, like meat or fish. Meat has, like at the butcher, there's meat they trim off. That's got vitamin B, and vitamin B gives you the size of the veggie. It swells it to its maximum potential always. And yeah, Mucky M. Hey, it's Mick. Mick does a lot of fishing. Got to make sure it's Mick. I've been to his channel. He's fished a lot. Yep, it's Mick. God give him a wrench because he's a friend of mine. Where are you? There you are, Mucky. Pretty funny guy too. Does a lot of fishing. Him and his woman. There you go. They do a lot of fishing in England, and they catch a lot. Yeah. And Dave Knight saying hello to Mucky. Yeah. So, Shawnee, when you build that mound, put any debris that you have, leaves, kitchen waste, anything you want in that mound. You want that to conduct a little bit of warmth, hey, and that's what will happen. It'll be warmer there from decomposition, and but you don't want that decomposition right at the plant. And if you can, be extremely super careful about transplanting watermelon. And watermelon should be grown in a long container, okay, so that the root goes down. If a watermelon root's got nowhere to go, it goes bound up. But the thing is, be so careful with planting it. Don't disturb the watermelon at all. Like you just think of a newborn baby that needs an incubator. Okay, you've got to be super careful, and then you'll get good watermelon. But as soon as you disturb it, you only get like one watermelon, and it's not very big usually. And they don't like to be disturbed. Now, if you could plant that watermelon and it's already got holes in it right into the ground, okay, and just do a little slit here and there, and don't even take it out of the container, that's your best bet. I'm lost in how much space I need for these water. Oh, as much as you can provide. They'll run everywhere. As long as I'm not forgetting. Thank you for the wrench. Oh, you're welcome, Mucky. I think I've got one at your place. I go over there once in a while and watch some guys fish. They're pretty cool people. I'm lost in how much space I need for these watermelon. I want to feed 6 people, so I need a lot of melons. What's the square foot size of the space I should go with? Well, at least 100 square feet to 200 to 300 square feet for the vine. What happens is the vine's going to grow along the ground. You're going to put your rich black compost onto the vine and keep it wet with your compost tea and really juice it in. And then you get them roots growing deep, and then it can support this. If you're growing huge watermelon, you're in Minnesota, so I would grow what grows well in Minnesota, like Minnesota midgets. I know people think, okay, a midget cantaloupe melon, yeah. But I'll tell you, the most delicious thing you'll ever buy. You don't have a lot of time to grow watermelon there. So make a spot where when you do make your mound, you put your watermelon in it, but also put a plastic shield over it, like with hoops like that. And then keep it warm in there. And that's at the beginning. And it's not, you really want to rush it out there when it becomes hot. And they like heat. They don't like to be bothered. They like misting. They're watermelons, so they love water. That's why the root goes down off the vine straight down. It's looking for water. So if you got a soaker hose, really helps on that mound. But protecting it first when you come out of the out of the gate in the spring, I think about May 24th to June 1st is probably your zone. I'm just guessing because you've mentioned where you were, so that's my guess. Now you would have to manipulate and adapt that microclimate to growing your watermelon or anything else like that's watermelon is. Let's face it, that's a tropical plant. So yeah, Shawnee, 20 by 22 plants can take over instantly. Exactly. But the thing is, you got to look after a small amount. Don't try to grow a lot of anything. Okay. Just look after a small amount and that'll do really well. It's when you try to grow more than, always have a plan B too. So something could happen. There could be nematodes that destroyed it or some mealy bug or whatever it is. So you've got another one to go right in. Watermelon takes talent, and the health benefits are amazing. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. I was gonna do 20 feet by 20. Yep, Mucky Mick, are you iced? Lucky Mick, are you iced? Oh, he's probably cold there. Yeah, but I have to grow melons in 100 days or less. Yeah, exactly. So growing them inside is your best option in a deep container. That's your best option. Yeah. Your transfer to planting in the ground, you don't want a cool morning and your warm hands on it. These things are delicate, okay? At least where I am and the different ones I've tried to grow, the smaller the melon, the less amount of days you have to grow. The larger the melon, the more amount of days you have to grow. So that's something that you may have to look at. You know, I get like 4 months growing here, so I get 120 days easy of good hot weather or like warm watermelon growing weather. So I can make it pretty good. And then there's a 2 month window there either way as well. It depends on Mother Nature now. I haven't had a winter. I haven't had any snow. I had frost one time for one morning. Good morning there, Adrian. Oops is right. 20 by 22 plants can take over instantly. Yep. Oops, it's 2 Celsius here. It's going to be hard tomorrow. Wow, that is pretty cold. I wish you all the best. The more people in one room, everybody, like if you got a room for like 10 people and you only got two in there, it's going to stay colder. But if you put 10 people in there, it'll get warmer. Just to give you the heads up, you never know where you're going to find yourself tomorrow. I'll try to do no more than 2 melons per plant to get big melons. Exactly. Ouch, Mick. Yeah, that's what I said. Adrian's saying hello, 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 hello. Everybody's saying hello. We're getting snow now in southern Illinois. Oh, wow. Adrian, how are, okay, saying hello to Adrian. And yeah. So, watermelon growing, I'm going to do some on the roof. I'm going to put a rooftop garden up. I've decided that. I like to grow tomatoes, and up there I would get tomatoes way earlier and peppers way earlier than anyone else because it's a protected area. You're off the ground, so it's not cold from the cold ground. So I have to look at it that way. And I've designed a way to grow on the roof where the water still runs off the roof and goes down my downspouts on the flat part. And I'm redoing the roof one part where it just comes down and it soaks into my soil. Now, the soil I put up there will be my own soil, so which contains seeds. So what happens is when I first put the soil there and it's square like this on my roof, I'm going to put the buckets all the way around like this. Those will be filled with soil. And then I'll put the soil on the inside. Up on this spot's where the water all comes down. My two downspouts are over here. So that water, if it gets too much, can go around my buckets. And it's about 125, 130 square feet that I'll be growing, maybe a little more. But it's designed for a rooftop garden. When the addition was built, it was designed for another level. So it has extra sized, um, like instead of a 2x4, it's a 4x12 that's running across there for trusses. So yeah, but watermelon is not cheap. I got a watermelon yesterday that must have froze because when I cut it, it just poured all over my counter and onto the floor. I have it over in my compost right now. Was I ever pissed? And it felt good and everything, but what it showed me was that watermelon had froze inside before. We're getting snow. Let me move my I have a magnifier there so I can read. Everybody's saying hello. Even I was wondering if it's easy to grow watermelon in winters. Not around here. $12 a melon here. Hey, Bake. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, watermelon's not cheap here, and they don't taste very good. If your watermelon never tastes like watermelon, that's nothing to speak of. Put that watermelon into a dehydrator. I'll guarantee you, when it's dehydrated, you will have watermelon candy that bursts with flavor. So that way you're not losing it because there's nothing worse than eating a melon. You're like, there's no taste. And that happens a lot. Okay. So you take that watermelon, you cut it real skinny, and you put it into your dehydrator. Best thing I ever had. Hi, Adrian. Hello, Sean. Sean, who's Sean? Hi, hey, Adrian, Scotty, Sean. Oh, Shawnee. Yeah, and oops, you forgot the two E's there, Verna. But yeah, that's what you do with watermelon, and watermelon pickles are delicious. You'll be amazed at watermelon pickles. Yeah. Yay, I am tired out. That's okay. I'm tired too. This is my day off. And then tomorrow I'm back at it. I'm going to be doing some things. Today I may take all plants outside and give them the, oh God, I just touched my eyes after having jalapenos in my fingers. Oh, lovely. Keep being the dumbass, Howie. Oh, keep it up. Keep it up, Yappy. Yeah. $12 a watermelon. Yeah. Well, that's cheap. They're 20 here. You're not walking out without. And then now that depends on how big they are. If you want those big watermelons, they're $25. Now you want those little small melons, they're $10. The little tiny ones. So it all depends on the size. It goes by the pound. Yeah. I done. You done? Okay. Go wash your hands. I did. But I have this new strategy because I seen this cardiologist, hey, and he told me peppers are your best friend and don't drink homogenized milk and shit like that, hey. Yeah, calcification. Oof. So I'm wearing a heart monitor right now. See, there it is. I'm all hooked in. Okay. Yeah. It monitors whether you're going to croak or not. I ain't going to croak. Not yet, anyway. Gives water basing to Howie. Yeah. Yeah. If you want that off, you just rub a little lemon peel on and the lemon will lift that right off. Just don't touch your eyeballs. And when you go to the bathroom, you better wash your hands before. Ooh, baby. Yeah, I feel it in this eye here. It's like burning. And then on the corner up on the lid up here, I touched it. I was like, no, man, that burn. I won't spend over $5 on a melon. I don't even like paying $5. Well, yeah, I guess you ain't going to be eating much watermelon, are you? Here in India, we get it by weight, and it's 65 per kilo. Is that 65 cents? Most likely. Basically, during summer, it becomes a little expensive here as it is very cooling. Yeah, I see Simran there. She's all bundled up. She's living in India and she's freezing. I'm like, how the heck does that work? 1 minute, you can't breathe the air because it's so hot, and then the next minute you're freezing your buns off. So it's like, what the heck? Yeah. Basically, during summer, yeah, better sit down to, yeah, keep it up, Faye. Done folding laundry now. I knew you were operating an illegal laundry business. I knew it. You look like that type. Now that's profiling. Done folding laundry now. Good on you, Dave. But $12 for one melon is too expensive. I agree. But the way people grow the watermelon and it's and the market here is controlled. Let's face it. There's the blueberry board, the wheat board, the milk board, the egg board, the chicken board. Only thing I use a board for is cooking my salmon on the fire with. So, and that's what, like the blueberry board, they say, okay, it's $1.99 this year for a pound of blueberries. So a lot of people have machines now, and it doesn't even cost 1 penny to pick that pound. Okay, not even a penny, because it just runs right through rows and it's done. It's got an agitator and pegs on it, and the agitator, it knocks off the ripe blueberries, and a couple of green ones will go through. And I've had people like they sell it on the side of the road here. They're blueberries. Like they'll just pull over a truck and a stop, and everybody buys the blueberries or cherries or whatever from the Okanagan or the Delta over the mainland, making the divide a whole lot bigger. Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, if you're producing your own, you're going to use what you have, and that's innovative. You're adapting. But like, say if you don't have celery, and you're like, oh, I need celery for my celery stick. Well, you plan for that. You can pretty much grow celery year round where I am, and but where other people are, you may not. So you'll need a nice cold window somewhere with light. When you buy a celery, you stick it right into the ground, the celery root, and it starts growing back. Regrowing your veggies and getting your seeds from the vegetables at the store. I mean, why not? That's what I do. I'm perfectly fine. Can't you tell? Right? I mean, I know no difference. It's my soil. Some people are like, "Oh, that soil you're putting kitchen waste in." So what? Microbes make most things inert. What the hell do you think happened before? Like what did the Mayans do? What did the First Nations do? They burned the ground. Okay, biochar and wood ash. What the Mayans do? They buried their kitchen waste, and in the canals in Mexico City, they lifted up the water lettuce onto the mound that goes along the canal, and it turns into this rich soil. It's the same thing with Pathway Soil Bank. Same thing. Yeah, I still have celery in the greenhouse. I bet you do, and you most likely will all year round. You can look after yourself if you keep calm and carry on. Simran is from the northern side of India and it is too cold during winters. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, poor thing looked cold. Kitchen waste is the best soil enhancer. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Kitchen waste is. I still have celery in the greenhouse. I know you're a very good food grower. Ark Wildman, how's it going there? Arky is a friend of mine, and I've learned a lot from Arky. Arky's a very simple, easygoing earthling that just is the nicest person on YouTube, I think, besides me, of course. No, I'm just kidding, but he is a lovely soul. Hey, Diva in the Dirt, Maureen Washington. Good morning. Well, Diva in the Dirt, we'll have to give you a jacket. Just give you a hug because you're loved. There you go. Everybody, welcome in the Diva in the Dirt. Very good channel. You can learn a lot from watching Diva in the Dirt. And I hope that was successful in giving you your jacket, and it was. Yep, everybody, welcome in the Diva in the Dirt. Yeah, she can sing pretty good jazz music too. She's a vocalist, a jazz vocalist. Very good. Well done. Shopping for more watermelon seeds. Well, go buy the watermelon, and there's your seed. See those little mini watermelons that you see at the store? That's for you. That's for you. If you want to buy watermelon seeds, that's okay too. But hey, why not eat the watermelon, see if you like it? Everybody saying hello to Arky and Maureen. Shopping for more watermelon seeds. Good for you. And Shoni saying hello. I know I should have saved seeds from the black diamond from the Amish. Absolutely. There's always next year too. And if you go by and see the Amish, I'm sure they got a sack of seed there and they'll give you some. They're usually pretty good people. And yes, CR, Diva in the Dirt, Maureen Washington, has been smurfed. She's now our local village diva that sings and grows food and makes food and a really nice person. We're lucky to have her here. Yeah. There's a lot of good people in here. Just about can't find watermelon with seed in store. Yeah, when it says that, there's watermelon in there, seed. Okay, I've yet to ever see a watermelon that didn't have seeds. And when you buy a watermelon and they look like they're just developing, go get another one and leave it alone, and they'll turn black inside there. And you should grow smaller watermelons, all different colors: blue, yellow, red, orange, whatever ones you get. And yeah, the diva is saying hello to everybody. You're right, oops. Shawnee, I have many different kinds of seed. There you go. Maybe they'll share. Always save money on seeds by any way you can. And anybody that offers seeds, they've tested them or something, They know some history behind it. Hey, right, touch of fishing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There we go. We got to go to the channel. And I think this is yep, it's yep. So yep, you get the jacket. Gee, I give away a few jackets today. Hey, Danny and Lorraine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I didn't see you come in. I bought a couple of pears. I just germinated them, hoping I get some trees. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if you look around your community and someone has grown a pear from seed in your community, try to find that. That's your locale, right? It could be hard. You might have to travel a long ways. You're in a very big land there. But yeah, anything that's already growing in your locale, try to make an air layered clone from it. Just grow some roots, that's it. Like just make an air layered clone. That's your best bet. That's what I do. That's what I'm going to be doing a lot of. So stick around. Diva in the Dirt says, I grow the pink and yellow. This year I did grow a couple of red ones. Nice, nice. Yeah, they seem to grow a lot better. They're earlier. And people are saying, hello, he gets smurfed. Yes, smurfing it. Seeds, that is. Nice. Yeah, nice, Danny and Lorraine. Oops. NIC. Okay. Hey, oops. So it must be Danny instead of Lorraine today. How do you know? Thank you, Howie. You're right. The right touch of fishing. Half Tuber says, Howie, off late, we are getting yellow watermelons too, not only from outside, but inside too. It's yellow in color. Oh, interesting. Great. My intuition was right. Yeah, that's a great channel, Danny and Lorraine's. They know how to live off the land. They're not like preppers per se, but they are survivalists, and it's a natural thing to stock your food to them. They didn't have to run out and figure things out. I'm sure they're learning like anybody else, but they can take care of themselves. I know exactly where they live and how they live because I did the same thing there. Here we go. Oh, Howie, she's gonna sing now. Okay, let's make sure we all click the like button. Thank you very much, Diva. Yes, like the button, hit the thumbs up, share it out. Yep. I don't think we have seedless watermelons. Well, they'll tell you you have seedless watermelons, but it's not true. That's just simply not true. Blistering barnacles and adventures. Look at that. Got to make sure it's Jamie, and because Jamie is an awesome guy. I consider him family. So when he gets his wrench, go over there and don't want to hide you. Give you here's our Mr. Smurf there, Papa Smurf. That would be Blistering Barnacles Adventures. He's a Papa Smurf for sure. That guy, nice guy. Yeah, yeah. But Dave Knight knows them. Jamie and Nick, yep. Going out today to collect some fatwood, nice, and hoping to find some chaga. Oh yeah, there'll be some around. Hang around them birch trees, you'll be fine. Howie, would you like me to share people's channels? If you would like to, as long as you're checking their channel, and if they don't have a wrench, But if you feel up to it and you know them and you wanted to share, you're more than welcome to. You have a blue wrench. Yep. I've had a crap day, got a puncture on my bike. Oh no. Sure, we'll check first. Yes, of course. I'm just, yeah. Hey, Dave Knight. Hey, Vase, how are you? Mucky M saying hello to Verna. Verna's a really cool channel, and I appreciate her. Sorry about that, but it looks like I have to bring back my heart monitor. So there it is there. So I have to bring it back. So I have to come out of here in 8 minutes. So it was nice seeing you all. And thank you all for being here. And it's coffee time. I have to go. I have to bring back this heart monitor because it's $100 a day if I don't. And if I lose, it's 2 G's. So I have to stay on top of it. The cardiologist wants to have a look at it and the neurologist. So much love, mad respect, and get ready to grow your watermelon. It's really healthy for you. And thank you for being here, Diva in the Dirt, Maureen Washington. And The Right Touch of Fishing is a great channel. You all take care. And I don't want to go. Why was your pizza called Ukrainian pizza? Because it had sour cream on it. It had ham on it, and it had a type of Ukrainian mozzarella type cheese that was made over that way. But just because you put sour cream on the pizza, and that's why I called it Ukrainian pizza. I knocked that out in just a few minutes. Didn't take long. I've made a lot of pizzas. So, but anyway, much love, mad respect. Take care, everyone. Blessings to all. I always have to figure out how to get out of here. No, here we go. End stream now. The crust looked good. Yeah, it was okay. It was nice and puffy with lots of baking powder. Take care.